I'm balling so hard like the mayor. I'm balling so hard like the mayor.
So, on the 19th of June, the Lone Wanderer let me know that I was added to a gaming journalist article.
I can't go on with the scene. I'm too happy.
No.
GamerGate strikes again. Thankfully, the Lone Wanderer highlighted the part about me. At the time, I figured this was the only article written about me. It's a Gundam has also echoed. Stop, he can't read. The quartering started out his video by saying Cyberpunk 2077, cool game you got there. Would be a shame if something happened to it. That's funny. What's wrong with that? That's an opening line. I should have stole that from the quarterly. He's lucky I missed that video. I would have snagged it real quick. I'm a joke thief. And later on, accused Anita Sarkeesian of extorting CD Projekt Red for consultation money. Consulting money. What was she trying to do, dude? Like, for real. What was that? Come on, bro. You can't sit there and go, she was lovingly trying to save CD Projekt Red. She was looking for a paycheck. What are you doing, dude? And then right after that, we find out Feminist Frequency is broke. In 4 years, they had $1.6 million and it's down to $30,000. They spent $200K to $300K on a YouTube channel. Somebody's padding the books, dude. Have you seen the YouTube channel? It's slightly better than mine on production value because someone's in front of the camera. But I assure you, if I ever decide to get in front of a camera, I've already got a green screen set up. At least I went that far. Wow, I'm already off the hinge. Did I curse? I hope I didn't. Yeah, you gotta not curse for the first few minutes of YouTube so they don't spank you too hard. They love fingering me on YouTube. Let's see. This article is already fantastic. I love this guy. As well as regurgitating an already debunked falsehood about her being one of the reasons BioWare's last two games, Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem, have been poorly received. I know she had something to do. Wasn't she like in there to give like consultation for Anthem? Like, why would BioWare need her? And let's just say not everything she touches turns to gold, dude. Come on. I mean, really. She was there. There's pictures. She was there. What are we going to do? Are we going to say those photos were deep fakes? It wasn't really Anita Sarkeesian. Some GamerGate troll with godlike CGI ability put in Anita Sarkeesian. It's all a lot. Wait, that was on her Twitter feed. I'm not even going to bother looking for it because I really don't want to go back there. It's a Gundam also echoed similar statements. He further added a political dimension to the debate by complaining that people are trying to inject their own political and personal beliefs in a goddamn video game based in a far-off dystopian future. How is that complaining? It's true. Video games are a source of entertainment, am I right? Like, you don't go to the bar for the bartender to tell you how he wants to die or something. You know, the last time a bartender had a sad story, a guy in a piano named Billy Joel wrote The Piano Man. John at the bar is a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. Cause he know... Shit, I got it wrong. Or a light of your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. Sing it, Billy! You know my pain, brother! This is killing me! As a smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure I could be a movie star. If I could get out of this goddamn place. God damn it, Billy Joel, don't you ever die. Anyway, back on point. Yeah, the political bullshit in gaming, it sucks. It fucking blows. Yeah, I want to look at a game I'm interested in coming out and see all these people complaining about it because it doesn't have enough gender inclusion. You can be any gender you want. It's not enough. We need a non-gender. We need non-binary. Now they're like trying to figure out how to make a genderless player preset for people. You know, if you really want a really far out shit, you want to be a furry, you want to be like an Asian girl with a huge dick, learn how to mod. It's coming. Once Cyberpunk hits, I swear to God, dude, you can go to, what's that site? The Lovers Lab, and you will be able to find whatever weird vice you want as far as modding yourself into weird crap. I've seen wolf porn, dog porn, cat stuff. You could turn yourself into a female cat with a dick and big tits. The sky's the limit if you really want that. You can't expect CD Projekt Red to put all that in on the base game. And me saying it's kind of bullshit that people are getting this mad over a picture of a ad with a woman with a giant robotic dick, I'm accepting of it. Fantastic, great, more power. And then it's like, oh, now you're fetishizing the transgenders. Well, what do you want? My God, what do you want?
What the fuck? That's Pen.
Gundam is transphobic because he wanted to call himself Bruce Transgender. All right, so I thought that was the end of it. You know, that was the one article that hit me. Let's see, he also names out, of course, the Quarterling, Clean Prince Gaming, and Young Yi. I feel bad for Young Yi because he's the cleanest one of all. I mean, for real, Young Yi is so safe. I'm telling you right now, ladies, if you were going to go out on a date with a guy that was stable and you had to choose between me and Young Yi, it'd probably be Young Yi all day. I assure you, Young Yi has never spent any time in a crack house. I have. Sometimes you're just out there looking for adventure when you're young, you know? It's like I had to do wild stuff. Vince Neil was snorting a line of ants. I had to do drugs with the Hell's Angel in a crack house. It was going to be a part of my book when my band got big. Then everything went wrong, and now I'm an asshole on YouTube. With a small white dog. Nothing homosexual about that. Yes, darling. Poopsie? So honestly, I thought that was the end of it, right? I forgot to do a video on it a while ago because I'm working on painting model kits to be auctioned off for the Children's Hospital. I'm such a sack of shit, I want you to know that. I'm going to spend the next 141 days trying to paint as much as humanly possible to make money for the Children's Hospital. I'm not running the auction at all. All I'm doing is donating to it, and they do it. They take the kits, they auction them off, they handle everything. I'm just doing something, all right? So don't come to me telling me to send the money someplace fucking else. So then the next article, GamerGate never disappeared, it merely changed face. See, the funny thing about GamerGate to me, because I don't remember much outside of like the base stuff, Zoe Quinn's tomfoolery, and everything that they were exposed. Most of these journalists were exposed for, what is it? Is the term nepotism? Probably not. But, you know, Zoe Quinn just happened to be with certain game journalists who gave her game good reviews. And the weird thing is, like, how she's still seen as a hero. You know? It doesn't make any sense. Where are these goddamn tweets? Because I've already talked about it before. Fuck me. This is why you gotta have shit laid out. One more thing I forgot to mention. Like, with the whole cyberpunk thing, with the tweets that got them in trouble with a few members of the LGBTQ and Reset Era, where they even went through the hassle of doxing someone who worked at CD Projekt Red because they were angry at some tweets. Like, why would you do that? See, this is the problem most of us have. There's this level that, I hate to say the left, but, you know, is willing to cross at any given moment the second they feel they were offended by something. I've actually had, like, oh, fuck it, let's face it, she knows. I've had Amaranth's company copyright claim some of my videos and get the monetization from them, right? And I've had people who knew her have all her information, send me all this stuff on her, and I've never doxed this woman. Never. I haven't even talked about her personal life. There's a certain line you don't fucking cross, even if someone fucks with you. Well, directly, I've been fucked with. It's not like she did a tweet and I felt offended. You know, how is it that I'm a bad guy? How did I become the villain in all of this? When you think about it, all I do is point at certain things in society that are whacked. And most of the time I laugh.
You know, Charlie Chaplin said something to the effect that humor is an act of defiance, that we must laugh in the face of our helplessness against the forces of nature or go insane. And where is he now? Dead.
Shit, I forgot my point at this point because I had to make sure I had the Charlie Chaplin quote correct. Oh, wait, that's right. Zoe Quinn. There we go. Good thing I saw her head. Back on point because I have total ADD. As I stated before in previous videos, as MomBot stated on Twitter, Zoe Quinn was staying, this is a year ago, to date almost. Zoe Quinn was staying in a very expensive luxury hotel in Japan. Meanwhile, she's supposedly broke, and the $80,000 she raised for a video game is gone, and there's no game. And it's, what, been how many years? But, you know, me talking about games and stuff in pretty much a joking manner, I'm an instigator, I'm a gamergator, I'm a bad guy, essentially. It's pretty much what it is. How come gaming journalists didn't pick up on the person who supposedly, the transgendered person actually, who supposedly worked with Zoe Quinn? who unleashed a firestorm of damning tweets against Zoe Quinn. Well, let's see, there's one tweet that's really bad that was done on July 14th, but her account was deleted or taken down, I should say. Remember when physically disabled trans women who work for you actually became homeless as a direct result of supporting you? Now it's been 4 years now, and she still hasn't fully recovered, and you couldn't be bothered to at least give her some lunch money. There are even more tweets like this I'd have to dig up on MomBot, because, for God's sakes, at no point did I ask anyone for $80,000 and then not deliver on a product. I'm just saying, like, for real, I don't know what the fuck is up. Feminist Frequency can ask for $35,000 for Discord, and Discord's free. You don't see journalists going, it's a little odd they need this money for a Discord. Legacy of the movement and everything, blah, blah, blah. We must look at the fraudulent beginnings of it all, and specifically why so much of what characterizes the movement's criticism of the other side could just as easily be applied to them when the tables are flipped. Okie dokie. At no point do I take myself seriously. Everything I do here is an opinion. Mine. And even when I review video games, I'm honest about it. Even when I reviewed tech products that I was given, I was honest about them. To the detriment of my channel. That's why I rarely ever get any sort of sponsorships, especially with computer tech, because I keep it real. You know, I told, what was it? Some company sent me, what the hell, they sent me a keyboard, so I can't even remember. No, wait, now I remember. It's like a game case, a gaming PC case, and honest to God, is a nice case to look at, but functionality, it sucked. It cost as much as a Corsair case that was rated far higher. And for $50 more, you could have got the Fantex Evolve 2 or something like that. I got it in another room. I still haven't put my PC in it yet. But like the level of quality was night and day. I couldn't sit there and go, this is great, but I bet if I was a part of GamerGate, I'd have been like, this case cured my mother of lupus. When I turned on the lights, I felt all the toxins leaving my body. This case has revolutionized my life. So that's why most people don't screw with me. And to this day, all right, you want to know something about me? I'm going to tell you right now. Probably shouldn't even be saying this. A very big company, that has a streaming site, was trying like hell to get me to stream on their platform. Specifically, as like an exclusive type of person or some shit. And the amount of money they offered me was enough that I had to turn off the computer, lay on the floor, face down, and then scream, and then come back to say no. Because I didn't like their policies. And I don't like their business model, and I don't like the fuck they've done on the internet. It doesn't matter what you do, even if you have integrity, someone's still going to call you a piece of shit. And women's inclusion in the medium was only conditioned on the notion that their breasts be universally sculpted to the male gaze utmost desire. They were treated as objects and cattle for gamers to celebrate over, and for male developers to exert dominance over? Huh? Even though there was a great crowd of females and otherwise female presenting players who absolutely loved the... Okay, so I guess this part is about how video game characters, the female ones, were only there for me to masturbate to. And the game developers, the guys there, they knew that I was yanking my crank to the pixelated body of Lara Croft in Tomb Raider 1 and 2, obviously. Because those triangular breasts, nothing sexier. I don't know anymore. I remember Dead or Alive, it used to be back like they had ripped clothes physics and everybody's clothes were ripped off, but the women's clothes ripped off in a sexual way. And frankly, it's Japan. You know, like, what do you expect, honestly? And on top of that, it's a game. They need to do something in Japan to get their fucking people having children because Japan's population is plummeting. And we have journalists over here in America going, oh, there's too much titties and breasts. Oh, my God. And Japan is like trying to get everyone to have sex. Make the female characters sexier. My God, if it was so bad, why are there so many women cosplaying as these characters? You ever notice that? How come journalists never do that? You ever notice that there are even female characters in games? Like Lara Croft now is not sexualized at all. And I don't really give a shit. But what I do care about is the last Lara Croft game was garbage. Like, they rebooted it. Reboot was pretty good. And then we get the second one, and it's trash compared to the first one. That's where I take issue. Ugh, let it go, dude. This is not about game reviews. But anyway, how come game journalists never write about female cosplayers sexually objectifying female characters that don't have sexy costumes in order to make money off of lonely dudes? How come nobody ever writes that article? Never. It's always, you go, girl. Girl power. Take Princess Peach, turn her into Bowsette, and now you got tons of women dressing up as Bowsette sexily. You got Zombie Unicorn doing body painting as Bowsette. Nobody writes an article. My God. Dude, Twitter's cosplay scene, there's no greater den of scum and villainy, as Obi-Wan Kenobi would put it. Literally, I don't even know what these girls are trying to cosplay as anymore. It's like, you just see a girl either naked with a wig on or a bikini, and she's like, oh, I'm this character. It's like, I wouldn't know because you're not wearing her costume. And you might go, Gundam, why are you on there? Obviously, I have to do shit posting as Billy to entertain you motherfuckers. You get entertainment everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. What's next? I gotta come out in person and entertain you for shekels? But for real, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, in gaming, if a female character is remotely revealing skin, people go crazy on Twitter. They start throwing hissy fits. But then these are the same people that draw like those weird little Tumblr sex fantasy novels and shit. The whole world is topsy-turvy. But we're all in agreement. I'm one of the bad guys. But hey, at least I know this is like a bullshit article because Young Yee's in there. So you know things are wrong. It's like whenever the firing squad has me on a post with my hands behind my back and Young Yee's next to me going, Young out. I know something's wrong.
You have both been found guilty by court-martial of cowardice, desertion, and disobedience in the face of the enemy. The sentence of the court is that you are to be executed by firing squad. God save the king.
Yong out.
Jesus. That was the worst piece of shit I've seen in my life.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I might have to try and edit that in. Oh, I gave myself a headache with that. When they give me the chair, dude, I'm saying Young out. Gundam, you have been sentenced to death for your constant cultivation of Japanese pornography. Any last words? Young out. Honestly, to be real with you, I don't care what character's in a game, as long as the game is good. Like, for real. One of the best games I played recently. Hellblade. Oh my God. It's a woman as the lead. How could my misogyny allow me to enjoy this? It was a great game. My only problem with Hellblade is I felt it was too short. That was the problem I had with it. I hope there's a sequel. And I hope the sequel's like got even more shit. Because it kind of felt like a walking simulator. But it has a lot to do with mental illness. And as somebody who has voices in his head. Why did I say heads out loud? Fuck. Head. It's very relatable for me. It was a great game. But, you know, I was only there because I wanted to jerk off the Senua. How did the game developers assert dominance over, like, female characters? That one I don't get, but I'm going to move on. Now, this is the meat and potatoes of the article for me because it names me. Finally, the recognition I deserve for being a hero. Oh, wait. It looks like I'm the douchebag again. The effect of GamerGate as well as its perpetuator, sorry. The effect of GamerGate as well as its perpetuators are two distinct entities. When YouTubers such as Legacy Killer HD, Young Yeah, It's a Gundam, Geeks and Games, The Ackman, plus a plethora of far too many to fully recount, we're an entire army, gentlemen. We're a legion, apparently. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Present their concerns before their audience. It's usually done in a veil of professionality and virtue signaling. I don't fully know how to virtue signal. Like, I know virtue signaling for me is when, like, you're out on a date with a chick and then she starts, I'm a vegan. Do you know what they do to these animals? And I'm like, yeah, it's really sad, but gotta get my protein, baby. These guns don't grow on their own. And let's face it, when I'm dead, things are gonna eat me. You know, the earth is gonna get a piece of my ass too. I'll probably be like tree food. It's a circle of life. Didn't you see Lion King? That it's like those guys who tell you they're male feminists and then tell you how bad you are because you're unapologetic about your masculinity. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, I've been in a couple fist fights in my life. I don't know, maybe that reaffirmed my masculinity. Even though I was getting knocked out, I felt like a man. I'm the working class hero, bro. I'll just put it that way to you. I'm the every guy. I'm the everyman. I'm the average schnurr. I'm the guy who has to deal with all the bullshit of real life, family and otherwise. You get crapped on every day, and everybody tells you how you have to man up, you have to lead by example, you gotta be this and that. And at the end of the day, you just want a little entertainment. You know? You want to play a video game. You want to watch a movie. You don't want to deal with all the shit you hear at the water cooler about Mary being a feminist and how the patriarchy's holding her down. And it's kind of like, you make way more money than me. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Who's holding you down? If anyone attacks you, people will save you. If someone beats me up, they'll laugh. My God. You know what it's like to talk to a woman and have her go, I was almost raped. And you're like, oh my God, what happened? This guy looked at me while I was walking down the street. And he looked at me far too long, and it felt like he wanted to do something to me, so I hurried along. I'm like, that's not almost rape. That was someone looking at you. And then I go, well, how many times have you been physically assaulted in the streets? Never, thank God. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, do you know how many times I've been robbed? Do you know how many times I've been beaten up? And you sit there complaining about men being terrible and no one so much as touched a hair on your head? You haven't even been robbed yet. My God. And to be a man and get robbed and not die is an accomplishment in itself. Because usually they kill men they rob. But somehow, you are the one who is in danger and I rule the streets somehow. I'm like Don Corleone. People see me and they give me money. It's the Don. Thank you for coming here, Don. Forgot my point. I'm sorry. Let's see. Since there is an unspoken contract between these content creators and their audience for them to continue delivering on their news in a tone that is a la force conditioning? Condescending? I don't even... is that French? Forgive me. I went to a very bad school. You know, instead of us taking French class, we had a riot one day. It was quite colorful. It was a riot right after we watched Schindler's List, actually. It was quite interesting. That was a day I'll never forget. You know, I went to a school so bad, dude. They ripped the fire escapes out the school. So if that school went in flames from the bottom up, we were fucked. Nobody cared. It was a bad school. Let's see. Unspoken contract between these content creators and their audiences. I don't even understand that one. I really don't. Like, I've never spoken to Legacy Killer HD or Young, yeah. Geeks and Gamers, Act Man. I've spoken to the Quarterling once. We had like some DMs one time about like charity he was doing, and then people got mad at me for it. Yeah, that's about the only time. Occasionally he ats me, like when Low Tier God was threatening to copyright strike me if I talked about him, and I let Low Tier know, like, yo, you ain't worth my time. You're not interesting enough. I mean, if I were to talk about what Low Tier God does, I'd probably get in trouble for sexual harassment, because that's what Low Tier God does. He gets mad at his audience. I'm on a whole different tangent, but fuck it. He gets mad at his audience, especially guys, and he starts saying, I'm going to have my men hold you down and open your mouth for my BBC to bust down your throat. And you're sitting there like, why is everything like gay rape scenes with Low Tier God? Straight up, this dude is like the booty warrior of Street Fighter. Except he keeps getting bodied. It's like if the booty warrior lost every fight on his hunt for booty. Oh, man. I'm on fire today. You know what the contract I have for my audience is? It's to try and frame all of these uninteresting things and make them funny. That's pretty much it. People come to me for a laugh. At this point now, there's a meme going on where I'm an Oompa Loompa, and also the phrase "make me laugh, clown" comes up quite often now because I made an off-the-color comment about how that's how people go to my videos. Oh, it's Gundam. Make me laugh, clown. I've had a rough day. And now it's a meme. You know, whatever. What I'm doing is not rocket science. It's nothing more than an average guy ranting into the sun.
Help! Amref, help! Help! Amy! Amy, baby, please! Help me! Don't just dance, baby, please!
I'm watching a medium I loved. A medium that helped shape me as a person. Because growing up, being raised by women, you don't have many male figures. And the ones you do aren't exactly noble, let's say. So your lessons in life for many young men came from superhero movies, comic books, and video games. the person you had to be. All right? I was out there trying to learn how to do the Holt Sheik Ken. You ever try and hit a bully and then go, Omae wa mo shinderu, and then he just socks you in the face? Like, I don't know what the point of this article is other than to name a couple guys and try and make us seem like we're supervillains. Like we're somehow doing irreparable damage to the gaming community that it isn't doing to itself. Gaming in general, all right? These developers are sitting around trying to accommodate many people who aren't their core audience. It's literally suicide from a business standpoint. That's why Anthem failed. That's why Andromeda failed. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They don't know who they're trying to market to. For God's sakes, Andromeda was a hot mess. And it's just weird. How can you make a sequel and all you had to do was make something like Mass Effect 2 and people would have hailed you a fucking hero? It's the same with Star Wars Battlefront 2. All DICE had to do was reskin BF3 or BF5 with BF4, my bad, with Stormtroopers, and they would have been heroes. They screwed that up. Look what happened with Battlefield 5. Smart moves. The gaming sphere as far as PC and console goes is predominantly male. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just giving you some common sense. It's like going to a store and saying, oh, I need a fork. And they go, well, here's a spoon. And you're like, no, I need a fork. And they go, okay, here's a butter knife. I would like a fork, please. Would you care to understand how the patriarchy has oppressed women? And you're just like, you know what? I'm out. Fuck you. And then they're like, why aren't we selling anything? Let me try and finish this off because I'm kind of done with it and this has gone way too long. Since there's an unspoken contract and an audience continue delivering their news, but also demeaning of their behavior, it's quite easy to see why few of them are afforded the leeway to even express remote approval of what gaming journalists do. What are you talking about? I said, what was his name? Jason Schreier. I said he's the only good journalist Kotaku has. Because at least he comes up with shit that's actually informative, interesting, and real gaming journalism. On occasion, Jason Schreier comes through. Not all the time, though. But I can give the man his dues. But, like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'll even say something about people even to my detriment. I got the metrics to prove it. You can look at my social blade and see how that shit spikes up and down. That and YouTube lays the smackdown on me. They are independent in their sense that no editorial bottom line is at play, but their opinions are fully within the views controlled as dictated by their financial dependency on them. Oh boy. I'm going to tell you this right now. If what I was doing it was about money, I would be doing this very differently. All right? My YouTube channel would be a 180 from what it is. This isn't profitable, my dude. It's not. 90% of my videos are demonetized. 90%. At any day, I know I could get in enough trouble with YouTube that my channel could be deleted. This isn't exactly a profitable... Like, if I was doing this for money, I'm going about it all wrong. There's no safety and security in this. There's not. I'm literally doing this for the fucking lulz. My channel was created so I could deal with depression and keep myself busy rather than thinking about how I feel. That's it. This was never a get-rich-quick scheme, my dude. If I wanted to make money, my content would be cleaner. I'd definitely curse less. To give you an idea, like, working blue is not profitable here. It's not 1990 anymore. If it was, hell, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. I'd be working the comedy circuit. I'd be hanging out with Sam Kinison, snorting coke while Jessica Hahn played with my hair. Instead, I'm sitting here reading this and punching myself in the nuts because I deserve it. Hell, there are times I think about walking away from this. There are many times I think about that. If it was so amazingly lucrative, I wouldn't be doing it. The Quarterling still has his day job, for God's sakes. Make this about money. If I wanted to make money, dude, I'd be doing a channel talking about drag queens, all right? If I wanted to make money on YouTube, I'd do a channel right now about drag queens and makeup. Because my makeup game is as strong as James Charles. The only difference is I say his eyebrow work is impressive. And I'm not gay, so obviously the community would definitely be against me. Ugh, it's a straight man encroaching on our stuff. Stop him. And someone will get mad. Oh, look, he's doing a camp gay man voice. Homophobe. Oh, Jesus. I forgot to close my window. Fuck. My neighbor probably heard me doing this. I'm fucked. Gaming provocateurs, I like that. along that line of thought would post their concerns as a necessary safeguard against widespread corruption within gaming journalism. Isn't that the same thing they said about YouTube? Oh, YouTube isn't changing things around to suppress people. YouTube, Google leaks come out. Well, I guess they were doing it. Anything that involves people is not free of corruption, especially when it involves a company. And their money is tied up in their website. YouTubers are a threat to the old gaming medium. We are. I know it now, and I know as I become more popular, I'm going to be probably the biggest target because I'm the least PC of the group. Yeah, whatever. You know what? Whatever. I'm not going to bother with the rest of this.